Mm, 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 mm. Shalom, shalom, and shalom. I'm going to pour this table up a little bit. I knew I didn't post this morning as far as informing individual that I would be live, but I didn't know how I would be feeling today. So I said, once I got up, my back was feeling much better. I said, you know what? I'm going to go live. And here I am, Sister Deborah, here live. But before I got out of the bed, the message to me was, it is worser, Deborah, than the day of Noah. And I know that I have spoken to you in a couple of videos, latest videos about Noah. We're in that day, but the Father is speaking to me. He spoke to me this morning when I woke up, and he said that no, it is worser than the day of Noah. See, that's why I say it's so important to have a relationship with the Holy Spirit, which is the Ruach HaKodesh. It is so important because he will teach you all things. And what I mean by that is he'll teach you what they trying to instill in you. He would teach you it in the proper order in which he has designed, his will has suffered it to be. Who can teach you best? The one that has the will over the world, or the one that has the books that's constantly being designed and created? Again, who can teach you best? The question is to you. Who can teach you best? He that has the will of the whole creation of the world, or he that can make New King James, New Version, New Edition, New Translation, 1611, the King James, Enoch, and all these other books. Who can teach you greater? I bring that, and I wasn't looking forward to saying it, but I bring that forth, and the reason why I keep repeating it, because it's doing something to my spirit. It's making me realize something so deep as to people who don't understand there's a greater understanding of my Father's will that rests in him. And if he is greater in thee than he that is in the world, why do we wait for the world and we listen to more so what the world has said, what the world has created for us to be transformed into, than to wait for he that knows the will of the whole world? The word is him. Why not want him as your teacher? Why not want the one that has the will, created the will, wrote the will, is the will itself from what end? Beginning to the end. We speak of Alpha and Omega. Do you think man has Alpha and Omega resting in their understanding? Do you think that they can write a book on Alpha and Omega, or the beginning and the end? Really? That's how deep it is in what I'm saying. Which one do you desire? He that has the will? He that owns the will? From beginning to the end? Or the flesh of this earth that can crank up another edition, a new translation, a new interpretation, a new King James 16, a new King James Bible, and all the Enochs and all the books in this world can't go nowhere near he that is the word, he that wrote the will, he that is the will. He's the beginning to the end. If man could right now create a book and say the beginning to the end, every last one of you run out there and pick it up. And will let it override even your own little study guide, which is the Bible. My topic is about Noah. So I don't know where he's going with this, but I like it. I like where he's going with this because I'm learning as he's going there. And he know I am. Because see, I wasn't expecting to say all that. I don't know where all that come from, but I like it. I like the direction it's coming from. And I'm learning as I'm speaking to you. This is how far people have dropped the ball. This is how far they are from anything that is spiritual. Because that which I just spoke, you have to be able to grip it in the realm of the spirit. It don't mean nothing to grip something in the realm of the natural. That die for eternal. But I'm speaking of that which is a spirit, which die. It does not die. You see the difference? See, people don't know the books in which I read, the books in which you study from, the books in which you understand, it dies with you. But the word of the Father lives in you. Which way? Which way do he live? He lives from the spiritual realm of who you are, not the flesh realm. The spiritual realm of who you are, not the flesh realm. But man wants that which they can see and believe, because that's the only way they can believe is through what they see. But is that belief? No, it isn't. That's flesh wanting what it wants, understand what it understands. True belief is in the spirit. You believe even when you can't see it, you believe it. Sometimes people can say something, and if I can believe it without seeing what they say, that's it for me, y'all. That's it. That's a wrap. Because I don't have to see it to believe it. I can believe it based on the belief that's in me. Ooh, you didn't go there, did you? Oh, yes, I did. I went all the way. You just missed it. When I hit it out the ballpark, you missed it. But, so I'm sitting here thinking, why would people desire all the platforms like unto a place that they are actually learning? How? When it holds no light to draw you to it. When it holds no spirit and truth, which is righteous. Ooh, you going there, ain't you? You see? But yet you run to it as if it has everything for you. Guess what? You're 100 because it has it for your flesh. And if your flesh searching for food outside of the food that they have tainted, it also search for food for its own spirit. That is those who come here on the earth born of the flesh. We know that everybody's born into the world in flesh. But he said one of those that is born of the flesh is born strictly of their own flesh. Then there's another one, Deborah, that is born of the spirit. Their flesh and their spirit follows me, Deborah. That's the twos that came down on the earth. One come to follow their flesh, and one come to follow the spirit of the Father. Which one did you come down here for? And which one have you been following? No, you didn't go there. Yes, I did. I didn't know I would, but I did. You see? So this topic is about it is worse than the days of Noah. So I'm going to let the Most High take it from here. As it's saying to me now, as it pleases him. That's what he just said. As it pleases him. I'm going to allow him to take it from here. Meaning, I'm going to speak, but he's going to have words to say. Okay? from what I say, as far as him saying to me, it's worse, sir. Hold back, hold back. I want to really cry on that because I think about all the times that I keep saying, y'all, it's bad out here. It's this. Oh, they doing this. Oh, they. And I think about a good 3.5 years straight. I rode that horse of warning, how bad it is here on the earth. And to hear the Father say, Deborah, it's worse, sir, than the day of Noah. I don't need you. I don't need no one on my left nor my right to tell me nothing on this one. You know why? When I wake up out of my sleep and the Spirit speaks unto me, it's something He wants me to lock in from this day on. It is worser. So what is He saying? Before I can say it to you, I myself have to receive it as He has spoken it unto me. And I salute it. I receive it. Not just in my spirit, but in my flesh. Because what He allowed me to do is to understand it in the spirit realm as well as the flesh. So I can't go around just speaking spirit, spirit, spirit to you all without bringing it to the level of flesh, flesh, flesh. That's when you have the Holy Spirit in you, who teaches you the level of what is and what is not from the spirit first and foremost. And then He let it rise over to your flesh. You see? Then you speak it. So Him saying to me that it is worser than the days of Noah. Want me to tell y'all what this old hen said? I want to hear what I said. It's worse than the days of Noah. So if it's worse, where did it get worse at? If that was worse then, where are we at? You know. Let me cut this here. It's a box on the side, on my right hand side. I have to take off, okay? He said, you know. Meaning it's already in you to know the truth of the whole matter, Deborah. Speak it. So if we are worse than the days of Noah, I'm not trying to get you to a level where you cannot swim to. You out there. If you out in the ocean and you don't see dry land, and because you don't see dry land, you ain't gonna even try to swim to it because you can't see it. So I'm speaking to someone who can see it. The spiritual realm of where I'm coming from where the Father has taken me. So I'm not talking to someone who's way out in the ocean. They can't see dry land. And because they can't see dry land, they settle for being out far, far in the ocean, in the middle of the ocean, because they can't see dry land. I'm speaking to someone who can see dry land and they swimming in the direction to dry land. For I say unto you, for Him to say it's worse, sir, than the days of Noah. What the Father is saying to me, the day in which this day we are in today, Deborah, it's worse, sir. My idea, how can it get worse, sir? Now I'm going to break it down to you as He has brought it unto me and continue as I speak to you to give you a form, to give you some idea of how worse we are in. First and foremost, I want to give you Matthew's, as He's spoken to the disciples, knowing that they will not be where Sister Deborah is. Let me make sure I check you on that. Knowing that the disciples on Mount Olive will not be where Sister Deborah is. Where are they today? Can you pull up Peter? Call on Peter. Call on all the disciples that was on Mount Olive and see if they can give you what Sister Deborah can give you today. They can't. They can't. What was it that caused the Father to say unto his prophet, his servant this morning, it is worser than the day of Noah? How, I'm speaking on your behalf, can it be worse? Already. Can I put that on the end? That's on my behalf. Let me tell you, if he has to say that to me, it is a warning that's most likely 99.9 will go over thy head. But it is a warning how bad. That's how Flash understand things. How bad things really are today. Oh no. And it's the type of bad that's like no other day ever exists. Because now we didn't outbeat the day of Noah. I see where you're going with this, Father. We have passed the day of Noah, even being like unto the day of Noah. This is why, I see where you're going, Father. This is why he's saying this. Okay, if Noah is here, and we are here even with Noah, let's say this way, we're even with the days of Noah. He's saying that we have passed up Noah. We have passed up Noah. Hold on 1 minute, you guys. Wait. Hello? I'm sorry. Yeah, I was. Yeah. Okay, you okay? Okay. All right. All my children is checking in for some reason today. That's strange to me. But again, if we are here, this, which one is Noah? This is Noah. And this is us in this day. The Father saying we are right here. Noah way back here. Wait a minute. Hold up, Father. Yeah. Hold up. What's going on? We have passed up the days of Noah. We are worser. Now, who are you all to think? Anyway, whether you think left or right, it don't mean the rat's behind. Because worser in the eyes of the Most High overrides even Sister Deborah's idea of what she could even think. When that spirit spoke to me this morning, before I even got out of bed, we are worser than the days of Noah. Do you know what that meant for me? You see where you at, baby? You see where you at? But Father, I knew I would dare. I just couldn't figure it out. I just could not figure out what level of darkness. Why? Because I can't justify it. I can't clarify it. I can't identify it to a bunch of sick people on this earth. You can't get them to understand none of this. The level of where we are at as human beings, you cannot get the people to go to that level. And they might say, well, we don't need to go. We don't need to. No, you're right. Because it's not for you to go there. Because you ain't got nobody to go with you. Because without Yah, you can't go there no way. Okay? So that's why it will go over your head, under your head, beneath your head, around your head, because you ain't the one to go to that level no way. How about that? So what he's saying is, Deborah, you got the days of Noah competing with the day in which you are in. The day in which you are in, Deborah, has already passed by the days of Noah and left it behind. That's danger, y'all. That's danger. That is so much danger, y'all. So as he was telling me this morning, I'm like, okay, it's worth, sir. And you know what? I'm gonna tell you something. The Father will prepare you all the way, because it was like, oh yeah, oh we were, sir. In this day, then the day, oh we were, sir. It didn't bother me. It didn't faze me. It didn't even. All I said is, okay, I must do the video. I'm gonna let you take it from there, Father, y'all. It didn't faze me. It didn't bother me. Like normal, it would be, oh, let me go do some studying. Oh man, no, this time I'm so at peace with it. Because guess what? He said it was already in you. You already knew. This is when I come to you all, I'm not coming to you like you all that and some. I'm coming to you because of what he that come to me has given me to see into on both realms, the natural and the spirit. And because I'm bringing it to you, don't make you all that. It makes me all that he chose me to bring it before you and trust that I will do so. You see? And I do exactly what he tells me to do. And honestly, I even say everything that he tells me to say. I do not cut short, go low, go under. No, because I'm not afraid of your faces. I guess I was created that way to not be. So you saying, Father, that if there's a Noah and that in that day and they was in the race, in that day is winning by a long shot? Yes, Deborah. That's the danger of the mindset of human beings on the earth, not even aware of what they are in the midst of. You know what he's saying to me now? The Father said, Deborah, tell them the earth itself, the earth itself, it's on 100% standby. The earth itself, it's on 100% standby. That's the condition the earth knows that the earth is in when they come down to the Creator. Even the earth is trembling. Mm, at a day as this. And human on top of the earth, clowning to the point where they think that they are the Creator's gift to this earth in righteous. The Father said that the earth itself, Deborah, is at a standstill to the point of fear and waiting for his next move. To the people, the human beings on the earth are partying hardy. This is like unto the days of Noah. But he said the earth itself is moaning, it's trembling. The earth is like this, y'all. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Oh. The earth is trembling at what y'all got prepared. The earth is trembling at what the Father has prepared for it. But the people on top can't feel the tremble of the earth, can't feel the vibes, the energy. They are numb to what is actually taking place. And I'm going to show you, since he poured that up on you all, now he wants me to show you a little something. Let's go to Revelation. And I think it's Revelation 20. And what I'm about to show you is what he just said to me. He said that the earth, Deborah, is in fear of my right hand. The earth is trembling right now, Deborah. Watch this. Revelation chapter 20. Let's go there. And you know what? I thank the Father for teaching me this here, because let's go to verse 11. Revelation chapter 20, verse 11. I'm about to give you a little something of what the Father just spoke instant into my spirit to speak to you about how the earth is trembling at his very word. Or not just his word, but his plan. The earth knows that the Father got something deeply prepared. The earth knows that the Father's right hand is set. Okay? But the humans, flesh on the earth, partying hardy. They getting ready to get them up to buy something. They getting ready to build. They getting ready to party hardy. They getting ready for this. And the earth is sitting here. Oh, the earth is moaning, y'all. The earth is moaning. But what do? We sit here partying hardy. We think it's based on us. Listen to what it says in Revelation 20 and verse 11. Giving you an example how the earth has feelings like you. You think he called it a feminine entity? You think he calls it as it is life? You think the way he speak of the earth, you would think it's a real human being. But guess what? It is to the earth. That's why it's called a mother. That's why it's called a her. Because it responds to the Father, its creator, as a mother, as a her. Revelation chapter 20, verse 11. And I saw, this is John. Now, y'all watch this. This is John giving you a warning. John said in verse 11, and I saw a great white throne, and him, there go him, the Father, that sat on it, from whose face the earth and the heaven flew away, and there were found no place for them. Who is them? The heavens and the earth. They flew away once they took one look at the Father's face. They got out of here. You know why they did that, y'all? It's because they know that they almost there. They know that they are almost there. Now, John prophesied this. Why is the earth and the heavens flew away? Why did they do that when they saw the face of Yah? That's what Yah told me to say to you all today. That the earth is already moaning. The earth is trembling because it's about to see the face of Yah. And when Father Yah, they don't know what do they. Y'all a long ways from home, baby. Y'all so lost from home, you're a billion miles away from home, y'all. You all are a billion miles away from home. I know. Your flesh is your worstest enemy. And it has told you all the way home. You got the keys to your home door. You got the ticket, a one-way ticket to Mount Zion. You got that one-way ticket to the rapture. You got that one-way ticket to heaven. But let me tell you something. If your worstest enemy is your flesh, don't trust it. But you do. You trust it more than you trust the Most High Yah. That's how set people are today. That's the mindset of people today. They trust their flesh more than they trust the Most High Yah. And their flesh is their worstest enemy that really divide them from Yah himself. And they have no idea that their flesh is what divide them from the Most High Yah. And it makes choice for them. And they think their flesh make the righteous choice because where they at on the earth. And they figured, I go based on the flesh because the flesh makes my choices for me. And it knows me and I know it. We don't want a car. You're right. Because you were born of the flesh to come down here and take heed to your own flesh, to walk in it, to talk in it, to act in it, to portray everything in your flesh. When it gets to that, you are fleshly, earthly bound. Okay? This is your home. Enjoy it. And everything there is, enjoy it. Because that's what you were created for. That's what Solomon said. Whatever you have, enjoy it. Because that's your portion. Meaning that's what you got for here. Oh, wow. You see what I'm saying? So what is happening? If the earth is trembling and the earth is shaking and moaning because of what y'all finna do, y'all getting ready to do, what's wrong with the people? That tells the story. Something wrong, y'all. Where is the mindset of the people? And this is the message to you all this morning, because it has been given unto his prophet, his servant. It is worse, Deborah, than the days of Noah. I can salute it, I can accept it, I can embrace it, and I knew it. I just couldn't put it around the puzzle, but I knew it exists already in a puzzle that is fully completed. I knew the puzzle had been completed. I knew it was fully completed. So I'll go around the puzzle, beholding the puzzle fully completed. Still don't have it all, don't know it all, but yet greater is he that has all those answers in me than he that's on the outside of me. So that's where I search. And I don't do very much searching, y'all, because if he's already in me, he has the answers. What are you searching for? You see? So he wants me to say to you all that it is worse served. Now, if it's already worse served than the days of Noah, what do we do with the days of Noah? He said he told them it's going to be like, but he did not give to you all, like you all think you got in your books and in your flesh understanding. He did not tell you that it would not outpass the days of Noah. Everything he was saying about the days of Noah, he wanted us to give a glimpse of the days of Noah, take in how that day went, and that the day that you're going to be in going to be worse. That's how we pass the day of Noah, because we're in a day of tribulation, perilous time, lawlessness. We're in the day of judgment. We're in so many things going on in this day. Even the earth itself trembles. The earth in itself is troubled and moaning. But what about the human beings on the earth? Their mindset would have to be worse served than the days of Noah. And where were their mindset then? Their mindset back in the days of Noah was only wicked and evil continually, meaning it was non-stop. The minds of people were wicked and evil continually. There was non-stop. So we know in this day, the mindset is continually wicked and evil. Oh no, you can sit over here and say, oh, not me, I ain't got that. You can say whatever you want. You will never outride the Holy Spirit. That's why flesh think it can defeat who the Holy Spirit is, because it thinks it has the answer from A to Z without even the Holy Spirit being even A with it. It thinks it has all the answers, and it seals it into your flesh so deep. That's because you come down here as flesh to walk and to conduct yourself as your flesh pleases. So when you come down here like that, it's no chance for you. It's nothing I can say to you. Everything I say go over your head. You see? Because you come down here as flesh. It's so many actions of people reveal who they are, and they have no idea, because they think they call themselves holy than thou. Oh, I'm a believer. I'm righteous. I got the Holy Spirit. I got this on one side, and over here they are void and have no idea, because their flesh has fully convinced them that they are already assigned to the kingdom. Their flesh have already convinced them. That's how powerful the individuals here that's born of the flesh, that's how powerful they are in their flesh. Their flesh is their worst enemy, and they only feed after everything their flesh tell them. Their flesh can tell them something so 100 wrong. but tell them it's right. And they will go with the idea, oh, I'm right. Even though it's telling them 100% wrong. They will go with, oh, I'm right. Even though it's telling them 100% you're wrong. Yet, right here, they'll go with, they're right. They're telling, and how is it telling it's right? It's because it's getting support from their spirit. Their spirit comes down here to allow their flesh to make the choices and to think that it's right and to make it think it's upright. So the spirit agrees with the flesh because it comes down here to allow the flesh to have its way so that the flesh can follow off after its own spirit. But then there's those who come down in the flesh, but in them is the spirit of Yah going this way, and it causes their spirits to go follow Yah. So their flesh has no other choice but to follow Yah. You see the difference? But when you born of the flesh, it follows a spirit that is predestined to a lake of fire, and it follows everything that the flesh, that's how they come on one accord. Even though the spirit knows, he said, I put it in them. They know right from wrong, but their mission is to follow the mind of their own flesh. And that's the route they go. That's the route they're going to live. They're going to go. They're going to continue to live. It ain't going to be no other way but the way of their flesh in them is righteous. So here we got Noah and today. The Father says that today is miles away from the day of Noah. That is so deep for me because I'm looking at the fact, but the days of Noah also was listed as the end days. So if the day of Noah was to end the whole world, and the minds today don't give a rat's behind about the whole world being ended, they have no idea that we have passed the days of Noah. So in the eyes of Yah, just imagine where this world is at. It's dead, y'all. And everything they're in. Because we have passed the days of Noah. Yah sit and see us beyond every imagination and thoughts were wicked and evil. When Yah is saying that today is worse than that. We have outbeat the days of Noah. That's why when I say unto you all that back in the days of Noah, they're going to tell you it's fallen angels. Use a fallen lie. Back in the days of Noah was not fallen angels. They were sons of Yah. They was angels who come down here to do the work of Yah. Instead, they got with the daughters of man. That means they got with flesh and chose the flesh down here, even though they was the sons of Yah. And they got with the daughters of man, which was flesh. And then they began to teach all the signs and everything heaven had instilled in them. They gave it to the flesh. They taught it to the flesh. You see, the flesh even today lie about fallen angels because they want you to think that they failed. Yes, they fell from grace. They fell from mercy. They fell from everything because they didn't fall from it. They were once the sons of Yah. The sons of Yah mean men that come down here. Their spirits are dedicated with a mission to serve Yah. Oh, Father, if that's today, and it's worse, let me go and finish it. So here these angels getting with these women having babies. Giants can't get with women and have babies. You see? Wake up, people. Spirits can't get with women and have babies. Men can get with women and have babies. But these men are like unto the sons of Yah that has turned away from all that Yah has taught them and sent them down here to do. They got with the world and found pleasure with the world to the point where they sold the world all that Yah has given them. And that's how the world was able to produce the things that they have produced. Giants came out of them and daughters. Giants, we have to see a different way. Because these same giants, you all try, they don't know what they want to make out of the giants. One minute they say they was a giant, and next minute, they don't know what they want to call them. But the things about the giants, when he destroyed the earth, he destroyed the earth. And that means any giant children, or what they call giant, you have to first understand what that giant means. When the son of men got with the daughters of men, and they produced and they developed giants, you got to pull out what giant could actually mean from the heavenly level. And it can be wicked and powerful and strong and mighty men. That's what they might have produced. You see what I'm saying? But see, the way the world wants you to see it, the way everybody else want to take it, they want to take it as, oh, they live beyond the flood. You's a fool. When he said he created, he ended the world, he ended. Now, what can exist in this day and time is the same spirits that lost their direction as far as the sons of Yah. They lost their grace and their mercy. They lost their first estate because they got with the daughters of men, meaning getting with the world and producing. And not only did they produce, they turned around and gave all that was given unto them to work and to instill in the people the spiritual things. Instead, they gave all the mystery to the world that was in them. How did they get it? They was once sons of Yah. You see, it's just like me. If I'm a son of Yah and I decided to go to the world like many of these so-called prophets are doing, trying to buy a way into the world, trying to get as many subscribers and likes, and trying to get everything on this devil platform from the world. This is what you call the sons of Yah that has lost their ways. They came down here. Just imagine me taking the ability that Yah has instilled in me, all the gifts that he has given me, all the spiritual gifts that he has instilled in me, and I take them and sell them to the world and give them to the world. Well, that's what the sons of Yah did. And they lost their grace and mercy with Yah. They lost everything. Their relationship with Yah, Yah cut it off. They got with the daughters of man because they began to lust now after what they saw. You see? So you see the sons of the daughters of men, and the fathers and the daughters of men was the evil. The sons of Yah was the righteous ones that got with them. And they began to turn against Yah for the ways of the flesh. That's why I say a lot of people don't understand. And I had to go to the rehab center because my ex-husband's in the rehab center. And I went there, and this one lady was in there talking about her friend, hate her because, hate her husband because she keep telling her husband her business, telling her best friend about her husband and her business because he had an affair on her and all this and that. I said, first and foremost, let me tell you one thing. All that is trash. That's all flesh. Did I know her? No, I don't care. I don't care to know her. You sitting here entertaining me about he say, she say, and your best friend, you giving her trash, and you want me to sit here and listen to it. I said, first and foremost, let me tell you one thing. All that is trash. That lady stopped. She looked at me. I said, yes, I said it. All that mess is trash. The Father don't have no detachment to all these things that everybody has trying to make spiritual. People trying to make their marriage and their lovers, their boyfriend, girlfriend, all the things in the world, they trying to detach it to the Father. Use a liar from the pit of hell. Go on and play in it all you want. It has no part in my Father. None whatsoever. This is how your flesh mess you up and mess you out. It makes you think that all the things in this world that's worldly and fleshly mount up to something in the spirit realm. It does not, baby. It has no detachment. When I finished breaking that thing down, that lady ran from the other side. She said, crying, can I give you a hug? Can I give you? I broke it down to her in seconds. I said, first and foremost, people bypass anything and everything. And they fail to realize, you hear him say, you hear it said, let's put it like that a man leaves his mother and father. What is he leaving? Flesh and blood. And he goes to his wife, which is what? Flesh and blood. And he's to cleave to his wife, flesh and blood. And they are to become what? One. Then I said it to her 3 times. I said, have not you heard that? She said, delighted. Everybody love to hear that. Everybody. Yeah, that's what it says. That's what it says. But baby, you missed the whole thing. You missed it. Because you failed to read the last word. He cleaved to his wife and they become only one. Both of them become one. Only one place. That's in the flesh. Sit down, clowns. Don't make Yah about all your living and everything about you, what you got, what you doing. Don't put that in the face of Yah. Because if you don't use any of it to serve him, get somewhere and sit down with you and yours being one in the what? The flesh. What detachment does that have in the spirit? What detachment does it have in the spirit? None whatsoever. You see how this world can deceive y'all at the greatest level? Even from the very beginning, you've been deceived. They would deceive even you. Because they would want you to believe something so spiritual in that. I can't see nothing spiritual in it. Outside of, let me tell you what I can see spiritual in it. That the way my Father created us, male and female, we are to come into oneness to serve him and to bring forth more flesh to give him, to give life to. That's it. But he ain't telling you. That's why he told you a child is born of a few hours, no, a few days, and full of what? Evil, darkness. See, y'all didn't know that, did you? Why is he saying a child is? Because Deborah, they keep taking his flesh and making it my glory. They keep taking their flesh and making it my light. They keep taking this flesh and making it my kingdom. They keep taking flesh and putting it in everything and calling it my Father's throne. Because they want people to think everything in the flesh worship the Father. Let him tell you this. He said that we in this day have outbeat the days of Noah. We didn't pass the days of Noah. And your flesh wouldn't let you even grip what I just said, because you're not where you need to be in the spirit. To where you yourself will be praising him every step of the way, that he gives you the warning to know exactly where you at. You know what it calls you to do? Know how to deal with the outside world. Know how to deal with people. Know how to communicate with people. Because you know exactly in the spirit realm where you at. 99.15 trillion wouldn't know what I just said. Because greater is he having to be in you to give you the ability to know what I just spoke. Now, if we out past this young lady, she ran over and my ex-husband was looking at her. He knew that all the time. He know it where I go. Somebody always running up, want to give me a hug. And I understand what they want, because you done said something. See, y'all, let me tell y'all something. When strangers do me like that, I told y'all when I go out, that's how people deal with me. It ain't my flesh. And I have been taught to know that. It's words they never heard. This lady looked every bit of like 63 years old, but it was just her. When that clicked in, it was like, oh, she started crying. She started running on the other side of the room, crying. Can I hug you? She putting all her things up to the side. Can I hug you? Just as sure you can. Why? Because you spoke the word to her. To right to this day, it's so evil. It don't want to hear spirit and truth. It don't want to hear the word. It wants you to read them out the lie so they can ride on in their heavens, in their kingdom, in their flesh. And you know what? I don't think it's nothing wrong with faking it, thinking you're making it. As long as you fake it, knowing you ain't. You see? So you can fake it, thinking you're making it, because you know that you're not. And that's what I'm seeing in this day. This is what people are living. This is how people are living. So if he telling me this morning that we are worse than the day of Noah, we have passed it. Reason why I can embrace it and it didn't take me. Matter of fact, I found comfort in it because it reminds me of what I've been saying on these devil platforms. Y'all, we in a time like no other. And guess what? When you say that to people, first thing people just thinking going one ear and out the next. They don't understand it's a form of protection. It's a shield for you. It's a shield for you. Oh, if this day is that bad, hey, I'm going to make sure I seek the Father. I'm going to make sure he's a relationship in me. I'm going to make sure I plead for him to teach me, show me, lead me, and guide me. And just because you telling him, saying those things, don't mean you're one listed. Because if he sent his servant, like he sent the Son of Man with himself as Christ, and they didn't listen to him, what makes you think you're going to listen to anything? See, that's what people don't understand. They don't look at the spiritual realm and the spiritual message that they were left. They look at the fleshly message because it best fit them and soothe them to the way they want to believe, the way they want to comprehend, the way they want to understand things. They don't want to understand things in the realm of the spirit. But it is said, it's not the things you see and believe that you need to be focusing on. It's the things you see not, but yet it's something in you that believes. That's because when the Ruach is in you, and he's in your spirit, and your spirit abiding with him, and y'all like this here. When he teaching you in your spirit, you get it. It's there. It's locked within you. Then therefore, anything on the outside of you can balance. Anything on the outside of you can get corrected. Anything on the outside of you can get molded and shaped. But what people didn't understand, they take in their spirit and their flesh. Oh, I got it. I'm this, I'm that, I'm this. And they need to stay on the outside. Because on the outside is the only way they're going to believe to receive anything. It's on the outside. And that is in their flesh. So as I sit and I'm speaking to you all about it's worse, I found it to be very acceptable. And I got out the bed. I said, oh, so we worse than the days of Noah. I went into the bathroom and cut on the hot water, y'all. And I went in the bathroom and I said, he said something else about it. And I can't even think. Let me see if I wrote it down. He said something else about it. But just imagine, so we worse than the days of Noah. But you know what? I was able to salute that and feel good about it. To where you probably couldn't do that. I felt good about it because why? Because already it's been in me to understand where we're at. You see, when I was teaching you all, not teaching, but speaking to you all yesterday and the day before about how bad it is and how people are watching Epstein and how that's a trick and all that, people cannot do without the world. You see, I'm the person that cannot do without y'all. I know I can't, y'all. I can't survive. I can't survive without him. I can't understand without him. I don't get it without him. So you see, I can't just take on the way the world and the way 99.9 take on what they see, what they believe, what they understand, their righteous, their life, their own spirit and truth. People that built their own spirit and truth out of their flesh. Have they built their own spirit and truth? They have built their own spirit and truth. And if they don't, you'll know them already by the fruit. it bothered me, and it does, and I shouldn't say this, but it bothered me, and the Father know that I ain't gonna lie about it, when I see other nation speaking to us about this day. And they speaking about what I'm seeing in the spirit realm. How could other nations be speaking this? And the house of Judah, the tribe of Judah, is still stuck on the other side. I've been watching stuff like that. And just because they're speaking it doesn't mean they're going to eternal or they are the spiritual seeds. It's a connection how Yah would allow his to understand that things that you're saying is not just words of babbling. I would allow you to hear something to show that all this time you've been saying this a long time. When I think of my ex-husband being in the hospital, I think of how throughout his whole life, he always was the one that come back and say to me, but didn't you say this? But Deborah, it's almost like he was the one that always come back and say, but you don't remember? You said this. You said this. You don't remember last year you said this? You don't remember 6 months you said this? That's one thing I can say about this man. He always come back and it's like it shows me he locks in what I say. And then the moment it's brought to the forefront, to the world, he'll say, bam, you said this here. Don't you remember? And you know what? I'm going to tell you something. When he says that, then I begin to say to the Father, he locked it in all that time. He had been hearing it all that time. He didn't know what to do with it. But when something happened, he always say, but you told me, or you said it. You remember you've been talking. Let me tell you how deep this gets. He'll tell me, you said that 20 years ago. Do you remember when you used to wear that out? And I'd be like, how did he remember? I remembered it, don't get me wrong. But it's almost like letting you know that all this time, you're still teaching it, and you've been saying it. So now, Deborah, understand. Noah been telling them people all that time. Now we're past that. Now we're past everything you've been saying to these people. You past that, baby. You are past that. They're still way in the back. They looking for something they can see to believe. They looking for a platform to tell them. Oh, matter of fact, they waiting for AI to tell them. That's the truth of the fact, y'all. People are actually, y'all don't believe this. 99.9 on this devil platform are right now communing with AI. They're not going to tell you. They're not going to spill the beans and let you know. And how they're doing it, they entertaining you with AI. And you going on there thinking they telling you something. They're searching AI. And one of them I know exactly, Deborah and her Watchmen. They search AI. They live and sleep on AI. And then they bring it before you. Why? Because y'all had given them years to come on and to do what was right. And they chose to go their way. Don't think that cannot be so. Because as you read your study guide, it tells you time after time of individual that y'all sent to do something and they went their own way. So don't think that it does not affect today, because it does. Why? Because today is worse than yesterday that ever exists on the face of the earth. So we are lining things up today as if it has to measure yesterday. No, it don't measure with yesterday. It's worse than yesterday. You get what I'm saying? While we're trying to measure yesterday with today, that's why I said stand down off of Torah, stand down off of Enoch, stand down off of these new King James, New Version, New Translation, New Edition, all these different books. Stand down on King James 16. None of that outweigh the teaching of the Spirit of He that is the Word. None of it can override it. Because He's going to keep you lining up with what He is doing. It's His will. It's His way. He is the creator of all things. Why don't we get up under Him? He's sitting here holding the wheel, holding the way, holding the creation, holding the beginning and the end of each one of our breath. But yet we want to go to something we can see and believe, something we can be told to believe instead of understanding. Now, wait a minute. Let me say this now. If he's holding the wheel and he's holding the beginning to the end, he's holding the word, he is the way, he's holding our each and every human being and animal, everybody's breath, then what else is there to lay our head on outside of him? This is how bad it is. Because people have chosen what was chosen, they were chosen to be. People, your identity is already in you. Like we have passed Noah, you're past that stage of trying to figure out where you stand. Where you stand is where you've been standing. Praise the mighty God. Where you stand is where you've been standing. Nowhere. Calling it somewhere. That's where you stand. Because we done passed the days of Noah. All you can go is worse than the days of Noah. Back then, he said every imagination and thoughts of a man was wicked and evil. So if we done passed that, we worse than that. Where are we? A place that none of you all want to go. So you play this mind game with your flesh. That's not true. That don't make sense. That ain't true. I'm saved. I'm sanctified. I got the Holy Spirit. I got the Ruach HaKodesh. I got this. I got that. And got this. When it all tell, you'll know them. Who are you talking to, Father? Who are you talking to that shall know them? Whoever it is, it got to be somebody on earth that shall know them. Who are you talking about? See, this is the problem. As I stand today, I spoke it over and over and over, kept telling people, the sons of Yah wasn't the fallen angels. That's a lie from the pit of hell. You can't be the sons of Yah and fall as well. No, you can't be, here you is the sons of Yah, here you are the fallen angels. Which one are you? You either the sons of Yah that has fallen from grace and mercy, or you the sons of Yah that has fallen from his first estate and going to end up in the lake of hell. So you got to be able to understand the two. And when he was giving us that, allowing us to know the insight, and very little, he calls them the sons of Yah. How dare you call them the sons of Yah and then call them Satan too? Come on, which one is it? Heavens don't know? See, that's how stupid I am. That's the sort of question I would ask. I would be in the wilderness, and if he say, okay, we have the sons of Yah and we have the fallen angels. Questions like that, I would ask him. Well, which is which? I would always ask the questions not a man on this earth would ask. I will. I don't know why I do that, y'all, but I do. I ask questions. And that's because in my spirit, there's answers residing right there. But that flesh asked that question, that spirit answered. And so that flesh can sit down somewhere. Now sit down. You got the answer, now sit down. Understand that. That's how he rumbled. You ask me a question, I give you the answer, and I get somewhere and sit down. So what do I have to sit down on? The answer that the Holy Spirit gave me. Not the answer that my flesh wanted. Not my answer that my flesh didn't understand. Not my answer that my flesh want it to be. No. The Holy Spirit gave me the answer. Now he said, get your tail somewhere and sit down. You got the answer now. I have to sit down. And the flesh had to sit his tail down right along with me. Why? Because I got the answer now. It's no need in going to get another answer or trying to ask another question because you just got beat down with the answer. Now sit down. Tell your flesh, get somewhere and sit down. I rule you from the spirit. Your spirit with me and my spirit with you. We're going to rumble. Flesh, sit down. You got your answer. Now go on somewhere and sit down. See, people don't see it like that. They still rumble with their flesh because the spirit of Yah ain't said nothing to their spirit. He's not abiding with them. So they go by it based on the way of their flesh. Now, about where we at now, it brings me to the level of yesterday. I was in a lot of great pain yesterday. Several times I went to visit my ex-husband, and a couple of times I was there helping him, but I was doing too much lifting him. And in that process, my back, y'all, I have never felt that much pain for the last 2 days. I mean, I felt pain on top of pain. And I laid down, me, myself, I'm the type of person, I don't really deal with medication, but I tell you, I left it in the room. I was going to bring it to you. I believe that now I see that they didn't changed it again. The Aleve, Alieve. I see they didn't changed it and made the outside like a powdery looking color. But I have told people time after time to always go buy those pills and make sure you have plenty in your household. I think I had about 400, at least probably 6 or 7 bottles, and they all gone. Every time my kids go somewhere or go out of country, I always tell them, take this here, take this here. No matter where they go, I give them to where I didn't have any here. I used it and I realized how important it is for it. And I know they probably didn't changed it or maybe even done something with it. During that time of COVID, there was one medication they tell everybody not to take. And that was the same medicine that I have upheld. And my son said, but they telling us that we shouldn't take that medicine you been telling us to take for years. I said, yeah, because they know it's subject to bounce bounce out anything in you, a cold system, a runny nose, whatever. They knew it. So they tell that y'all didn't know that, did you? They announced not to use it during COVID. That was the only medicine they was telling everybody. If you got it at home, don't use it, because it was something that revealed that medicine would have revealed that you didn't have what they said you had. You had even something that's in the air, and whatever it is, they was trying to get you not to use it, because that's the only thing that would reveal what they were doing. So when my son told me that, I said, but y'all better keep this and y'all better take it. And I've been telling my kids that for the longest. Do you all know I was running around with this back pain? I couldn't get out the bed. I couldn't move. And I'm a person that, and I kind of hated that all my life I was high tolerant to pain. That means I could take a lot. But this time it was so bad. It was so bad. And did you all know I realized that I had nobody to take care of me? Mm-hmm. But I realized it the 1st of January, when everybody was looking for me to see to it that their father is taken care of. You see? You all are his children. You go take care of them. You see? They was looking for me. I'm supposed to do something. You know what I'm saying? But the thing about it was, I realized that if that was vice versa, this man would never be able to take care of me. He would never be able to do or take care of me. You see, I'm sure he would do his best, that he know how, and that would be all I can accept, because you can't accept nothing but the best one knows how. You can't expect anything beyond that. Okay. Now, when you have the Ruach HaKodesh, that's a different story. So I realized when my back was out, no one came and they say, oh, did you need us to get this? Did you need us to get this? Are you okay? Oh, even though they saw me barely walking in pain, no one ever said, well, maybe I do it. Let me do it. No one ever said, are you okay? I'm speaking of my children. You see what I'm saying? And but yet y'all want me to make sure he's okay. What it showed me was what it already shown me. It can't really show me nothing no more than what it already showed me. So it'll be me. I will be the issue. Because if the Ruach already then shown me what I need to know about the situation, that's what I have to just embrace. The fact that it is what it is. So what I did is I decided to go up to Walgreens and purchase me some Adlib. I thought about it and I kind of felt sad for me that I have given it all of that I have had. I've given it away to everybody to make sure they know when you get a cold, sore throat, any pain in your body, and I told them how to do it. You take 4 at one time. Wait 6 hours, take another 4. Wait 6 hours, take another 4. Don't do it no more than 4 times. About time you finished whatever's in your body, the pain, the ache, or the cold, it'll be gone. You see? And if it's not gone, you can tell the big difference. So I went up to Walgreens in pain, had to go get my own medicine. And I'm thinking, okay, I'm going to get me a bottle. And I did. Came home, got me some water, took those Adlibs, went into the bedroom. It was like an hour, 2 hours later, I started to feel much better. Woke up this morning, hey, it's gone. And I'm like saying, this is the 3rd day. And those first 2 days was horrible. I had to roll out of the bed. And did you know I did not stop my activities in spite of my back? But I felt sad for me. I didn't feel sad for me in the spirit. I felt sad for me as a flesh, as a woman, as a mother, as a sister, as a person that's always there to make sure everybody is okay. I felt sad for myself, but then there's another side which was spiritual, which were that spirit that Yah abide in. When as I felt sad for myself, I started to talk to myself, and my spirit started to override what I was saying. Just do you. Go get your medicine, take it, relax, don't do anything else. Lay down in the bed, eat your dinner, and it was just telling me to just let the medicine do what I've taught everybody that is capable of doing. And lo and behold, y'all, here I am this morning. And I only took it that one time. I didn't have to take it 4 times and 4 times and 4 times. I normally request that people, when they take it 4 times, wait 6 hours, take another 4, wait 6 hours, take another 4. But what I decided to do is put also Adlibs in the emergency storage, which they have. It was at my house, but I moved from that house, and now it's in their lower area. And I'm gonna put those in there with all the other, and I'm gonna put them down there. Nobody bothers none of that stuff. If I said don't touch, they don't bother. They don't go down there bothering. And I'm gonna put them there because I believe they're going to change the medicine of those, because that's something that can help people in every situation. You got every situation. The reason why you can't do it no more than 4 times. 4 times is enough as far as your kidneys and it taking over your body in any shape, form, or fashion. 4 times is enough. And when you pull out 4 times, don't take it no more, for at least 3 or 4 months. But if that occurred, then you just do it in a cycle of 4. I say I was going to have the bottle because a lot of people gets it mixed up with Advil, and it's not, it's Adlib. Okay. So I brought that up, but I brought that up still to stay on the topic of the time we're in is worse served. Even the time that we're in is worse served. What I just gave you is something you need to have in your emergency backpack. Okay. And when I say emergency backpack, I mean not the spiritual backpack, but the emergency for the flesh backpack. Because no matter what go on, this way that if you get sick or anything, you have it right there that you can take. Maybe you might not make it to the hospital because you can't get there and no one there to take you. But I thank the Father for, I really believe, because I was staying in Georgia when I first learned about through the Spirit what I can do as far as the Adlibs. Okay. And the reason why I say to the Spirit is because ever since then I got word I've been keeping those bottles, and then they took them off the market. One while. Yes, they did. Just like they took Excedrin migraine, they took it off the market. because you all don't know, a lot of doctors, a lot of nurses, a lot of professionals were using Excedrin because in their professional field in this world, let me say this, in the professional field in this world, I had no idea that many people suffer from migraine. And they call it migraine, but it's really just overworking their mind. And then they develop this thing that causes them to have this headache, you see, and it's called migraine. So now the pharmaceutical have built this medication that they be on every day because they had shut down Excedrin migraine for a good 2 years, you guys. And now the people are hooked on the pharmaceutical, which the Excedrin migraine most likely was made by Bayer or somebody, same pharmaceutical, but they didn't think that people would turn to something that might work. You get what I'm saying? So they make it, the pharmaceutical got them all on medication right in the hospitals that they work in. The doctor's office is referring them all to all kind of medication for their migraine. They have no idea. That's the trap. Same thing with Aleve. They didn't know that these things end up working. None of the medication they make is any good for you. None of it. Why? Because it goes up against your kidney and your kidney. So therefore, you have to be very careful in how you use it. But see, when they did it, they made millions and millions and millions of different medication for many of cases. They had no idea some medicine that's on the shelf that you can go buy is all one need. See, they didn't know that. But once they come to see that everybody was using it, they shut it down. They bad at that. They did it with Aleve and Excedrin migraine. Excedrin migraine, they shut it down 2 years and boot it back up. One pill, knock a migraine out of the ballpark, like home run. See, they the one looking for that. They looking for pills that you can constantly keep taking, the pharmaceutical. They didn't know when they came up with this that somebody gonna learn that this works. Because once you use that one migraine pill, you subject to not have another migraine for 6 months to a year. This one migraine bumps it off. See, they didn't know that. But once they realize, hey, they can go buy this and never have a migraine, let's take that off the market. And now they got prescriptions for all migraines. So their doctors refer everybody in the professional field to take the prescription instead of going to Walmart, Walgreens, CVS, or whatever it's called, and picking up you a bottle of Excedrin migraine. That's what I did with Aleve. See, I didn't know it until I start taking it and being obedient, and I said, okay, I started off with 3 and it worked. And I was like, wow, this helped. So I said, I'm going to hold on to this if I haven't ever been. And I'm the type of person that never really gets sick, y'all. I ain't going to brag about that because you can be okay one day and real ill the next. But I always kept those Aleves because it worked. And like I say, I might not take them maybe once a year, but it works. Like I took them for my back. I might not take it again, but it doesn't matter. It's not the medicine that they thought that they were so cunning and wicked and evil, give you a prescription so you can keep taking it the rest of your life. That's what they want you on. Medicine that there's no end to it. See, y'all didn't know that. That's the key to it. They didn't know it. When we make these ones and put them on here, they can get these, but we're going to give them a prescription where they'll never be off of medication so they can mess up their kidneys and mess up their organs. Because that's what that medicine does. But when you can go into the store and you can pick up something and put it in your emergency backpack, and you got it. And when you're going through a pain or a toothache or whatever, I can grab this, take 4 of them, and I'll be okay until I get that situation taken care of. But they didn't think that it would be effective. They didn't think that because they were so busy making medicine that you can take every day of your life. And that's what people believe. That's going back to what I was just telling y'all. Where people mindset is, they believe in what they can see. They need a doctor that they can go see. They can see their prescription. They can go get their medication from the pharmacy. All of that is what they see. They build it based on that. And that's the only God that they believe in. The protocol of seeing a doctor, seeing him write a prescription, seeing them going to get the pharmacy, going to the pharmacy, getting their medication, seeing themselves take it, seeing themselves think that they're getting better. It's all what they look for, that which they can see. But he tells anybody that's in the spirit realm, it's not what you can see that you should be believing in. It's what you cannot see. But yet, you should have the spirit to believe. Us being past, we have outbeat the days of Noah. I would call it a warning, but the Father said the warning doesn't help anyone, because it's not nothing in their spirit that says, wait a minute. If someone tells you that is a bomb in that house, now listen to this, don't go in it. There's a bomb in the basement. When people wouldn't take what I'm saying, but as soon as they hear it on the news, they see the fire trucks and the fire department announce that there's a bomb in the house. Oh, they believe it now. You see what I'm saying? That's how sick the world is today. They believe the things they see. That's why they so embedded into Epstein thing. They see some files. All that is all of it is a joke. But if we are worse than the days of Noah, then the thoughts and the imagination are wicked and evil continually. We pass that. So just imagine if you in a country, you in a world where the thoughts of the people and the imagination is, that means the imagination is wicked and evil continually. And we have in this day passed that stage. Just imagine where you at. You can't even imagine it, because your thoughts is wicked and evil continually. Is that not what I've been preaching on this and teaching on this devil platform? See, you all thought I was probably picking at you. No, you know them based on their fruit. See, people thinking that fruit is natural. No, you know them, their spirit, people. You know their spiritual realm. Everybody think people got to know them based on the flesh. Baby, ain't nobody give a rat's behind about your flesh. I can tell you this, I know about your flesh. It's your worst enemy. But you'll make it your best friend. Not even though it's your worst enemy. It come down here to play on the earth and in the world with wicked and darkness. That's what your flesh come down here to do. You didn't know they did you. Even those who will come down here as born as the spirit, guess what? Their flesh still love the way of the world. That's why if you ain't have the ruach in that spirit, you ain't gonna find your way home. Ain't no home for you. Especially if you're looking down here on the earth and thinking this is your home. And most people think this is their home. That's why they have prepared it and set it so well. They have prepared it and set it so well. And they think the Father don't know it. Father know what you're saving, what you holding on to, what you're trying to accomplish, what you're trying to build on this earth. And they think the Father's so dumb, he don't supposed to know nothing, and he better not have nobody that will know. That's the sadness of it. If you that low, you stay that low. But don't think the Creator have to bow down to your lowliness, your lowness. Because he don't come nowhere near your level of lowliness. You stay your tail down there. Because that's how people play with the Father. They think he's dumb, but they smart. Why? Because that's the flesh. They think he don't know nothing that's going on. But y'all is not moved by nothing you got on this earth. Matter of fact, if he see you building up the Tower of Babel on this earth, wait a minute. You're going to be the one he's going to bring down. Because he's looking at you and saying, okay, you're trying to to pretend you all that and all this, and you this, and you this, and you this, and you have no fruit, you have no labor, but you building up your tower, throwing crumbs down. But while you building up your tower, for what? Why would we be building up our tower on this earth? Because we earthly bound here in our flesh. We're bound to the earth. This earth is our God. This earth is our beginning and our end. This earth is our everything. And we're bound to it. We can't see nothing beyond this earth. That's why we plan everything. We plan everything. And the earth plans it too. It tells you about your retirement. It tells you about your savings. It tells you about everything that you have to do to be legit screwed into the earth. And your flesh said, well, yeah, I'm ready for anything to come my way. You don't have to worry about a creator coming your way, since you done made your way yourself. See, that's how he measures it. He looking at the fact that you want to say you here and you here. Okay, you be here and there. Since you built your tower here, this is where you're gonna remain, where your tower is at, where you're building up everything. You remain here. This is where you remain. And we thinking that we can role play it. But the Father come to the prophet this morning, Deborah. Today is worse than the day of Noah. Was I for it? I'm all for it. Because I feel that thing. I'm like saying with my father, I think we long gone. Now, what can be worse than the day he was preparing to end the world? Today, the day that you're in, showing you that he's going to end many things, and ain't nobody moved by nothing. So tell me, are you going to take everything you got when you leave out of here? Do you all know when Sister Deborah get in her car, I still say a prayer that the Father keep me? You know why? My day is not my day. My day is listed in his book, not mine. I know, even being in this here house, that I'm not going to be here always. I'm not. The Father know I desire all the simple things. I get the less of the less. I do, y'all. I don't have no problem with it. Matter of fact, I like it. And I don't know if I like it because I like it, or if I like it because it makes me happy. I don't have to be out here conducting myself in a way that I have to see myself up on high, or I have to be about and above everybody else, or I have to be at the level where all the pastors and all the bishops and all the people that have. No, I don't, baby. I can be at the low of the low, and greater is he that is in me than he that's in the world is still yet with me. So that tells you what? I'm the highest of the highest, because I got the Most High Yah, who owns it all. Who owns it all. You see? I sit back and people would come and they say, oh, this is so cute. This is so cute. I don't have no shame telling them when I got that for $1.50 at the thrift store. I get a kick out of saying that, y'all. Because I can go to the low of the low and still feel content on this earth. Then where you can put somebody on my left and my right, and they can have it all. And they think what they got make them who they are. But baby, you don't even know who's in the middle of you. Somebody who owns it all, because my Father owns it all. If he wanted to, he could give me all that you got. But he feels that, hey, I'm not here to serve the world like you are. I'm here to keep my eyes and focus on him. And if I have to be where I'm at to keep my eyes on him, Father, keep me right where you at. Because he taught me throughout even though as a young child, I was my mother's, out of 7 children, I was my only child, my mother's child, that would go to the Goodwill with my mother and enjoyed it. My other siblings, they wouldn't go. No, they don't go. But me, I have always been, since I was a little girl, would go to the store. It wasn't like my mother went to the Goodwill a lot, but when she go, I was excited. See, it didn't start on me when I'm 65. No, baby. It started a long time ago. Y'all don't believe that, but this thing started a long time ago with this sister. This is nothing new to me. This is nothing new to me. So when I'm listening to this father tell me in the morning, Deborah, we are worse than the day of Noah, I said, wait a minute. I wasn't trying to be smart, but I went into the bathroom. I said, we worse. So, but that, I said, Father, that's that day, that's that day you end the world. He said, yeah, I know that, Deborah. Things about to end. The earth is trembling, Deborah. The earth is trembling. The earth is even moaning. I'm like, oh, wow. Yes. See, you didn't hear that in the days of Noah. You would have thought you would have heard it in the days of Noah, but he was coming to destroy the people and not the earth. You see? But in this day, the earth is moaning. Why are they moaning? Why is the earth shaking? Go back to Revelation chapter 7. Revelation chapter 7. Let's get there. Let me show you why the earth is moaning. Revelation chapter 7, then we're going to bounce right back on Revelation chapter 20. Revelation chapter 7, I hear something of this source. Revelation chapter 7, and after these things, I saw 4 angels standing on the corners of the earth. Wait a minute, hold on, Father, y'all. So the earth knows that they on the corner. Didn't I just tell you the earth, Deborah, is trembling and moaning? They know I don't play. I love that. I love that. To know that everything got to bow down at the one that I know. Oh, I love it. Listen to this. And it says, Revelation chapter 7 and verse 1. And after these things, I saw 4 angels standing on the 4 corners of the earth. Watch this here. Holding the 4 winds. The earth knows what? Something is about to go down. So when the Father is telling me, Deborah, that the earth is moaning, the earth is trembling and shaking, I'm like, I call myself having humor, though. I did, because the Father has a lot of humor. I'm telling y'all, when he lives in you, let me tell you, it comes with a lot of humor. It really does. And I was just being smart, when he was telling me that it's worse than in the days of Noah, And he's went on to telling me, but Deborah, the earth is moaning. It's shaking. It's trembling. You know why? It's afraid of Yah. And what Yah is going to do. And we sitting our tails on this earth as if our flesh is greater than him. The ways of our flesh and the ways of our minds and the ways of our heart is greater than him. Listen to what it says in Revelation chapter 7, verse 1. And after these things, I saw 4 angels standing on the 4 corners of the earth, holding the 4 winds of the earth, and the wind shall not blow on the earth. You see why the earth is trembling? Do y'all see why the earth is in distress? Do y'all see why the earth is shaking? They holding the wind on the 4 corners of the whole world. Y'all sick. Y'all a bunch of sick people down here. Now listen to this. Holding the 4 wind of the earth. And the wind should not blow on the earth, nor the sea, and nor any trees. See, the earth is afraid because of what Yah is doing in this day. But the people in this day think it's all about them. They don't give a rat's about how the earth is moaning. They don't give a rat's about how the earth is shaking. They don't care. They're not afraid. This one man, he was teaching, Father, the name of his title, Father, They are not afraid of you. That was his title, something like that. They are not afraid of you. Father, they are not afraid of you. And they're not. So this is the day of Noah. And we've gone past the day of Noah. So what it means is, you know how it talks about the days of Noah. Go back to Genesis chapter 6. Read it. Read it. And when you read it, understand that we are worse than that. We are in a greater darkness than the days of Noah. And then I said in the bathroom, how could we be past him already? Well, how could I was trying to be smart, y'all. And then he began to tell me the earth is moaning, Deborah. The earth is shaking. It's moved by what I'm about to do. And then the human being standing there like, so what? We ain't afraid. We don't give a rat's behind. We don't care who you are. We don't care about no right hand. We don't care about no power. Now watch this here. Verse 2, Revelation chapter 7, verse 2. And I saw another angel ascended from the east, having the seal of the living Yah. And he cried with a loud voice to the four angels, to whom it was given to hurt. You see why the earth is trembling, y'all? It has enough respect for the creator himself. Father, that's sad. That the earth has more respect than we that holds the breath of life. And it says in verse 2, it was given to hurt the earth and the sea. Verse 3 saying, hurt not the earth, neither the sea, nor the trees, till we have sealed the servants of Yah in their forehead. So when Yah was telling me in the bathroom this morning that the earth is moaning and trembling and shaking, because it's afraid, y'all, of who? The Father. What the Father is about to do. But look at the humans on this earth. They're caught up in Epstein. Don't even understand. Even Epstein's situation is a setup. How could these elite be able to master the minds of the people? Because the minds of the people are dark, like unto them. That's how they're able to capture it. Years ago, I don't know if you all remember me talking about how YouTube is a place where they put on an album and everybody started dancing to it. I used to teach that so much. When YouTube put an album on, everybody started dancing. When the devil put an album on, everybody started dancing. Today is worse and beyond what I was saying. See, what I was telling y'all, my ex-husband was saying that you always been speaking things. And if nobody heard it, I remember it. That's when he's telling me, you said that 20 years ago, Deborah. You remember how you was really speaking that and saying that? See, so he was always there to remind me that these very words you spoke. Now here it is. So here in Revelation chapter 7, you understand what the Father was saying to me in the water this morning. The earth is moaning. The earth is trembling and shaking because of what Yah is about to do. Okay, so then I get to Revelation 20, and then y'all run y'all tails around here thinking y'all know something and you don't know nothing. You didn't know nothing, you're not gonna know nothing. That's how it's gonna be. And then when you get to Revelation chapter 20, and you get to verse 11, now John finna getting ready to tell you how the earth is responding. In Revelation chapter 20 and verse 11, John said, I saw a great white throne. We know who sits on the great white throne, and him that sat on it. John is telling us his vision. Watch this here. From whose face the earth and the heavens fled away. Why did the earth and the heavens see the Father's face and take off running? Revelation chapter 20, verse 11. So what's wrong with us? See, people thinking he's coming really after the earth. No, the earth has the sense enough to respond to the power of its creator. We as human, we think this is a playtime. We only respond to the things of our flesh, and we are so content with it. We are so content with it. We think that's all well and all good. That's why I don't have no problem saying the things that I say on this devil platform. Because if it's no fear of Yah in you, I don't have no fear of speaking what Yah is in me saying. Now, if we are worser, Sister Deborah ain't nailed the bigger picture. If we are worser than the days of Noah, what we tend to believe, what they tend to preach and teach you all, and they need to keep teaching you all, because that's the portion the Father has given you, the teaching of the flesh of men and women. You all need to eat that food daily, because that's your portion. That's what Yah is allowing you to take in. And that's why you love it so much. You see, people can't even get away from the things which are natural versus the things which are spirit and be able to measure the both they're in. So if we are past the days of Noah, that means the evil and the wicked is continually, that means it's worse. And I don't, in the first place it got to be worse is at, the Father already let y'all know, is in your household. Then it branched out of the house in your community. Then it branched from your community to your city, then your state, then every state around you, all over your country, then the surrounding countries. Anything happened in the days of Noah, not the days of Noah, the day of Lot. It started with Sodom and Gomorrah, but what you did not understand, it didn't stop with Sodom and Gomorrah. The Father destroyed all the surrounding cities in its midst. You see? In its midst. And you ain't gonna get the preachers and the pastors and the bishops and the evangelists and the apostles and them teaching you that. Everybody got a position, but no one has Yah. Everybody got a position, but nobody has Yah. Everybody got these big platforms, but nobody has the Holy Spirit of the Most High Yah. Because the Holy Spirit of the Most High Yah don't have them. So that's why they don't have Yah, because he don't have them. They don't have him because he don't have them. It all makes sense. So where do that take Sister Deborah? Back to the level of, and it's almost like taking me to the level of truly being careful in who and what you're dealing with. Why would that be something for me? It's not so much as it is for me, because the Ruach that's in me is also a shield. Okay, so it's for someone out there who believe that truly I can trust my left and my right. I can trust those that's on my left and my right. I can trust those that's in the front of me and in the back of me. And it's nothing wrong with that. It's nothing wrong with trusting those on your left, those on your right, those in front of you, and those in the back of you. Those are your shields that's around you. It's nothing wrong with trusting in that, because that is who you are. Your trust is what surrounds you. And what surrounds you is your belief. It is your whole purpose of being here, to trust in your full surrounding, to have everything you need. But see, what you didn't know, that is your portion. But when you trust in that which is in you, it's greater than anything on the outside of you. So therefore, you either have to die to even yourself to trust in he that is greater in you. But what people do, they trust in everything they can see around them. That's their shield and their protection. And you know what, you guys, let me explain something to you. When I think about seeking ye the kingdom of heaven, I think of, if Ain't no if. But when he says seeking ye the kingdom, that's actually saying, I got you. If you seek me and trust me, first and foremost, above any and all things, I got you. Do you all understand what I got you mean from the Most High Yah? When you have seek ye the kingdom of heavens first, he means he got your emotions, your feelings, and everybody that is caught up in you and with you. But if you feel that you got yourself and you are not seeking, reason why you know people are not seeking, because they have nothing about themselves, nothing on the outside to tell the world, the whole world, that I serve him. No one can walk up to you and say or communicate with you. I'll be afraid if an old man walk up to you and say, ma'am, do you have a quarter? Your heart and so rotten. Get away from me. People don't even know the ugliness that's in themselves. The beauty of it, that's the way they are created, to not see themselves. That's why people put themselves on top of a pedestal. And if they deal with Yah, they deal with Yah at their level and their level only. Because they think they got a private relationship with him. You ain't got nothing private, baby. You ain't got no private relationship with him. Because you got a private relationship with your flesh. That means nothing. Keep your relationship with your flesh and go on somewhere and sit down and have a relationship with yourself. But where we at today, baby, yourself don't mean a rat behind. It didn't mean a rat behind yesterday. It ain't gonna mean a rat behind tomorrow. It's just you come down here like that. It's locked in you to think like that, to function like that, to be like that. We are worse. And only one can tell me that is the Most High Yah. You think I can come on this devil platform and tell y'all we are worse than the days of Noah if I wasn't there during the days of Noah, but I can tell you it's worse? Only one can tell you that is the kingdom. Woo, Father, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Only one can tell you that is the kingdom. Nobody on this earth can tell you that. Nobody but the kingdom itself. Only the kingdom of heavens can tell you that it's worse than the days of Noah. What is worse than the days of Noah, Deborah? We didn't outpass Noah, Deborah. This thing gonna go down, y'all. This thing going down deep. That means now it comes with a feeling. It's coming with pain, suffering, and heartache right before your very eyes. We didn't pass Noah. You mean the people imagination? Every imagination is wicked and evil? Continually, Father. We passed that. Yes, Deborah. You know that. Yes, I do know that. But I thought I had to add that too to this video. The things that people are doing. Let me just go there. Genesis chapter 6. Let me just go into this. You know, I didn't even have to go into Genesis 6 to embrace what he said. It's worse than the days of Noah. Okay. So I want to go down to verse 5. Genesis 6. Genesis chapter 6 and verse 5. And Yah saw that the wickedness of man, that means male and female, was great in the earth, and that every imagination of the thoughts of the hearts were only evil continually. So when I'm before the Father and I'm like, Father, you have allowed them to do this and they've been doing it longer than 100 years, and it's just at the peak seemed like. But he said, but did not it have been said that that day will be worse than any other day? And just because man don't respect the warning of the day that we're in, that's on them. It's not saying that these things are not going to happen because they don't have no respect for it. It's saying that it's going to be worse than any other time period. So it has to be worse than even the days of Noah. Speak it, Deborah. It's worse than the days of Noah. Let's go back into verse 5. Genesis chapter 6 and verse 5. And Yah saw that the wickedness of man was greater in the earth. In the what? In the earth. In the what? In the earth. And that every imagination, every thought. And I already know about that. Because being on this devil platform with the gift to discern. See, people thought discerning mean you have to be in front of somebody. No. Discern the spirits of people. That's why I know who's who and what's what. I can discern the spirits. Like he said, it would have been better had not you even joined this page, or you even subscribe to it, or you even come to it, or you even tune into it, or you sit up in the corners listening to it. It would be better that you do not do that. Because once you do it, now it falls also your spirit in the spirit realm. So he says here that in verse 5, and every imagination and thoughts of his heart was evil and wicked continually. What part of that y'all don't get is what you ain't got. What part of that you don't get is what you ain't got. What part of that you don't get is what you ain't got. And what you ain't got, the Ruach HaKodesh, that you may get what is being said. Verse 6. No, verse 6 has no connection. But verse 6 has a connection as far as this end days. So all of this that's in verse 6, he's telling you we're worse than that. When the other day when I got word through the spirit, a level of darkness, I'm like, no, Father, no, Father, no, Father, Yah. No, Father, Yah. No, Father, Yah. We reached that level. So now today he tells me we worse than the days of Noah. So it all makes sense. All this time he's been telling me that. It all makes sense now. It all makes sense. Because I'm like, in my mental state of mind, in the flesh, how can we be worse than the days of Noah? Oh, I forgot. If we worse than any time that ever exists on the earth, the days of Noah existed. So if we worse than that, then we're a long ways, ain't we? Oh, yeah, Deborah. A long, long ways. So when you're looking for people to be one way, you go on and look that way. You belong on this earth looking the way that you're looking, stupid. Because people don't even understand that's how their flesh is, stupid. They have no spiritual realm in them to show up in them and show them their error of the ways of their flesh. So they live by their flesh because that's the only thing that pleases them is their ways of their flesh. They cross T's, dot I's. They walk up and down the way of their flesh. And they in them, their flesh tell them, you all good. You kingdom assigned. Or you going straight to the kingdom. You going to bypass anything. You going to sit on the right hand of the Father. I'm telling y'all, people's flesh is telling them that. While they stand on the sideline, up in the corner, up in their own little world. And what did he say? Every imagination, Deborah, is wicked and evil. I already know that. That's why I've been calling it out all the time, y'all. These ain't things that are just coming up on me today. Hey, these things been in me since yesterday, meaning even as a little girl. So as he's telling us that it's worse than the days of Noah, you have to also go back where it says, and it came to pass when the men began to multiply on the face of the earth and daughters were born to them. We know that it wasn't just daughters born. There was what? Sons. So men are having sons and daughters. And that's all they're doing. It's birthing children. Going all over the world, all over the city, all over the state, all over the neighborhood, lusting and bringing forth children. And you thinking these children is fit for the kingdom? Come on now, pull up. I'm talking about the day we in, y'all. That was said that it's like no other. He gave us the upper hand, letting us know tribulation, perilous time, lawlessness, the judgment of the Most High Yah, the wicked on the earth. And guess what? Pull up with Noah now. Put Noah in there. And worse than the days of Noah. How do you think you can defeat that in this nasty flesh? You see how sick people are? They think they can override this in their nasty flesh. You can't come nowhere near this, baby. And it ain't going to come nowhere near you. First and foremost, you way over on the other side, on the left side, trying to fix your flesh to accept anything somebody say and to put it in the category of your flesh. But let me tell you, if this is worse than the days of Noah, this is what you're doing. Verse 5, and y'all saw that the wickedness, I wonder, did you see that from the heavens or from the earth, Father, y'all? Verse 5, and y'all saw that the wickedness of man was great in the earth, and that every imagination, that means every imagination, that don't mean some, y'all, that means every imagination is wicked and evil continually. Now that's what I see. Why did he have to bring that up when I was woke up this morning? I was still lying in the bed when he said it. I got up after that. Kind of chuckle, kind of, It was like, oh my goodness, now here we go. But it all matches what has been spoken unto me throughout the years. And it feels good that the Father will bring it before me in full force, as if the puzzle is completed. But let me show you what's all around it, that they are not detaching to. So just want to drop in a word to let you know we're worse than the days of Noah. So if you're trying to figure out where we at in this day and time, sit your tail down. You ain't looking for where you're at, because you're past where you're going. So what are you looking for where you're at when you done passed up where you're going? It don't make sense, do it? Or I'll make it make sense. You got people on this devil platform. This one guy, he gets on this devil platform with all these books surrounding him. Somebody need to take every last one of them books and go upside his head. Maybe, and then maybe some light will come on. Because when you finish searching all these books, you ain't searching the one that is the word. Because if you searching he that is the word, you wouldn't have all these books surrounding you with that Roman Catholic shirt on. And ever since I told him you need to get somewhere and sit down teaching with that Roman Catholic shirt on, guess what? He ain't took it off. He ain't took it off. Keep it on, bro. You matching who you matching your shoes. Your shoes is matching who you speaking of, what the way you look. That's why all them books is surrounding him. He's on a platform with all them books, and you have to understand these books are set out like it's a kingdom. And that's ain't even everybody who running around here with all these books. What did Solomon say? Leave those books alone. It's a worrisome to the flesh and the spirit. Solomon warned you of that, because you go around here searching and reading and don't even understand who wrote the book. The word cannot be captured in the book and yet be the word. You cannot put Yah in the book and close it up. You cannot put Yah in a book and call it the word. But you all have put him in the book of your mind and has closed your mind up. So yeah, you about right. Go grab you a 16:11. Make sure you pick up Enoch and all the lost books and found them. I can guarantee each and every last one of y'all, you will never find the word. So keep up with your books, because we done passed Noah. Every imagination and thought is wicked and evil. We done gone past the level of evil and wickedness. Like I was teaching you was it yesterday and the day before? I was telling y'all how dark it really is. And I said, oh, Father, you mean to tell me this darkness can't even be explained? No, it can't, baby. They can never comprehend the level of darkness. It did outpass Noah and the ark, the day of Noah. Now, you know that had to have been darkness if you had to end the whole world, people. So if we pass that, come on now, tell me what's going on. And the Father is sitting here telling his servant, we passed that. So what now? I have to wait for him to give me something to give to you. But he only will be giving it to certain ones. Certain ones are those who have an ear to hear. See, that's what they didn't know. They didn't know that the word was going to come by hearing. And they didn't understand that the hearing was the Ruach HaKodesh in them. See, they thought the word would be YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, Patriot, Rumble, Facebook. They thought they could find the word there. Oh, no, I can go into the 1611. I can get the lost books and the found books. Oh, let me just get the Torah. Torah can't begin to understand the word. Because if Torah only understood the word, and those that picked up Torah and walked in Torah, guess what? Everybody wouldn't be lost today. It's because of yesterday is why everybody is where they at today. So you can't go back today and take today and say, oh, if I can just pick up Torah, if I can find the lost books, I can find Enoch, if I can find a 1611 or a new edition, a new translation, a new interpretation, a new version of the Bible, surely I can find what ain't looking for me. Because when you finish out, if it ain't looking for you, you can't find it. Because Yeshua told, you don't choose him, he choose you. And it was also told, before the foundation of the world were you selected. Either to be the goat or to be the sheep. Which one are you? You can't tell in your flesh. Pull up being a laborer of that servant in your spirit. Pull up and have the works. Pull up with the fruits of that spirit, and I can guarantee you'll be in there. Pulling up with hate, jealousy, envy, greed, selfishness, me, and mine. Hook up with the flesh, because that's who you come down here to be. Those things in your flesh. The spirit has no detachment to you. Because where your flesh go is where your flesh go is the same place your spirit gonna go when you're born of the flesh. I know they never preached it to you. They never taught it to you. They never ministered it to you. They never witnessed it to you. They never gave it to you as food for righteousness, not food for the unrighteous. The unrighteous is the flesh that seek the food for the flesh. The righteous seek the food for the spirit. That's another difference. I know you didn't know. They didn't tell you, but you know what? Yah is not, let me say this here. Yah is not basing you on what you heard or what they told you, what they didn't tell you, what you didn't know and what you do know. He ain't basing it on that. He basing it on the kingdom, the way he built it on earth. While y'all out here clowning with the earth, in the earth, for the earth, and in your earthly mind thought. Every imagination is always wicked and evil. That's why you can't do right by nothing that y'all send down here to give you spiritual food. I wouldn't even want to be in the midst of nobody that gives spiritual food and figured I'm high and mighty above them. And that truly, that can't be the person of the Most High. You're right. When you say can't, know that it is. Because only the flesh say to your flesh, your own self, can't nothing be nothing but what it is. It ain't going to tell you about the spiritual realm. It ain't going to tell you, stop, sit your tail down, listen, pay attention to that which is spirit for your spirit. It ain't going to tell you that. It's going to tell you all that and some. It's going to tell you that person don't know what they talking about. That person like this. That person wants somebody to give them something. That person wants somebody to do this. That person wants somebody to believe it. It's supposed to tell you that because you came down here as one of the flesh. So I, Sister Deborah, appreciate each and every last one of you all in the live. And guess what? I will be back 7 p.m. Central Time. Truly, I will be back. And you know what else? Let me give you something else. Oh, let me tell y'all what he said to me. Let me hurry up. He said, you all, not you all, we can't be the target. Okay? I want y'all to understand what I'm saying. The Father wants the house of Israel and the tribe of Judah to understand all of this chaos about they targeting us as a people. You don't understand you one of the wicked of the wicked and the evil of the evil on this earth. Who's targeting you? Somebody need to talk. Who is targeting you? Who is targeting you? Israel and Judah, the so-called true Jews, which are you're so ignorant. Jew is only from the Judah standpoint, not the house of Israel. But who's targeting you? Why are people saying that? Why are people making videos that they are targeting us as a people? Do y'all understand? If we are past the days of Noah, every imagination is wicked and evil. They're not looking for a certain nation of people. Matthew 24, verse 7. Nation against nation. Kingdom against kingdom. Where are y'all at? He's not talking about good against bad, bad against good. He's not talking about righteous against unrighteous and unrighteous against righteous and righteous against unrighteous. He's talking about people. All nation is out of whack. Unless you are grounded back into the bosom of the Father. How dare people keep saying it's about Israel and about Judah. They coming after us. Ain't y'all tired? Aren't you tired? Have not you understood? I know you can. Because you don't have the Ruach to be the true teacher in you. It is impossible for them to be coming after a people outside that remnant. And they can't come after them. They marked. You see how that shut them down quick? How are they after and coming after a people when they have been sealed with the mark? See, what they didn't know, the ones that sealed, they ain't coming after that. Even the winds, the sea, the earth knows you better not come up on those that sealed. The world can't come up on those that sealed. So how are they going to come up on us as a people? You see how messed up we are as a race? How could that be? What they done to you all as a people, Judah especially, what they have done to you as a people, It's what they doing today. They just doing more of. But where do you stand? Shouldn't you be tired? Shouldn't you be trying to seek a light to get up under the tree of light? Shouldn't you be trying to find a place in the spiritual creator, the Father? No. You want everybody to think that they after a people. It's called nation against nation. Everybody trying to start a war within a place. They don't understand this too is the will of the Father. Nation against nation and kingdom against kingdom, right where you reside. So you're gonna get what you run your mouth about. But as far as coming after, you have to understand he always got a ram in the bush, and you ain't gonna come after that one. And his ram in the bush is those that is his small remnant that he have already marked. You think he marked them for the world to come after? Let me tell you something. That's the last one the world gonna come after. Because they wouldn't be coming after them, they be coming after that right hand. And because the world don't know what that right hand is, they gonna find out, which they're not gonna come after. Why? They have been marked. Instead of them teaching people about the mark of the Father on the people, they want to teach as if the world got something against us to where they need to come after us. We ain't following no creator. We ain't following righteous. We ain't doing righteous. We ain't following righteous. We ain't listening to righteous. We ain't walking righteous. We ain't talking righteous. We ain't doing nothing righteous. We got just as much evil as anybody on this face of the earth. But yet, how can evil come after evil? They're going to do that anyway. But tell me, what would be the measurement and the purpose for evil to come after evil? Make it make sense. You ain't going to. There's a reason in Revelation 7 why he marked his. Because had not he marked him, then everything that's coming upon this earth would come after his remnant. He sealed them, so nothing won't come after him. So what makes you think he gonna let the flesh of man come after something he done sealed? Make it make sense. You ain't gonna be able to. Oh, yes, you can. Yes, you can. You can make it make sense. Because when your flesh is so embedded in that, that's how you make it make sense. It's when your flesh is so embedded within that. Now, I want to also say, a lot of people don't really understand what is being spoken. We have no power over what is actually happening and what shall happen. But one of the biggest scapegoats, let me show you what a scapegoat is. As a young teenager, when I said 19, 20, up in my 20s, when people ask me, well, where'd you come from? Who taught you? Who is your pastor? I want to go where you go. Can I join where you? I said, no, I'm in the spirit realm with the Father. That's my teacher. That's who teach me. When people would say, but when I feel that, I'm called to do this, or I'm supposed to minister. And when I minister to people, people keep judging me. They keep saying I speak like I'm a judge, and that the Bible said don't judge and don't judge people and don't bring judgment on people. This is what people have told me throughout my young teenage, my higher. I say in my teens, 19, 20, 21. And I used to always tell them that's what you call a scapegoat. When people can bring someone that might have the word, they can bring him down real quick and easy. Real quick and easy and smooth. Real quick and easy and smooth. By certain words people say is a word that they think is the key to the answer. And the key that makes it so simple. The Spirit of the Most High don't come and say what he have said this morning to me to make it so easy and simple outside of how easy and simple he wants me to understand it. Okay. But one of the biggest thing back in my days, I have to, and I taught this here too in my young years, that the biggest scapegoat that I found this without it being applied to me, y'all. And if it was applied to me, I don't have no reason to tell the truth. It's applied to me, but it was never applied to me. But I learned that the word judge is a scapegoat. It'll bring anybody down from the level of where even Yah himself has placed them. Because the word judge calls people to buckle up, because now they thinking what they're saying is judging, because someone says you're judging. Though he said thou shalt not judge, but they didn't know that was a scheme of the wicked. They know that one of the main words are to spill out to Yah servants, judge, and truly that'll bring you low. But what I explain to people, judge is one of scapegoat words. It's one of the words that's so easy to get someone to fall. Let's use an example. If the guy come to me and he began to minister to me, and I said, I said to him, but see, God said that we are not to judge one another. And the instant that person that's ministering to me, he's going to start lowering himself. Why? Because now that word judge has attacked his feeling. And that's why people use judge. So I'm going to show you another word that has been used for years and years. People are so easy. The words that comes out of the flesh of people. Now, I'm going to be honest with you. That word judge, because they have learned that that's a word that they can bring anybody down with, that's speaking something that they can't handle. All they have to use is, but that sounds like you judge it, or the word judge. When I learned that, like I say, when I was a teenager, in my late teen to my early 20s, to teach that to people. And I did. And I haven't done it lately, because I don't hear it as much as I did then, when people would tell me, how is it you so easy to speak, and you so easy to be understood, and you so easy to talk to, and you so open? It makes me feel like I can just tell you anything and I can be just open. I was telling them, you too can be the same. Just don't let nobody use those outside words that attack you to where you begin to believe that, hey, the Father don't want us to judge. Let me bring that down. And then all of a sudden, the whole message that you're trying to put out, you can't put it out, because they know that how to bring your message to the law is putting that word judge. But you can't let them bring that word to you, because when they bring it, you make sure you be ready to bounce back on them. You see, because they think people think simple words is it. Simple words is a scapegoat, y'all. Simple words to me in the spirit realm are scapegoats. I'm going to give you another one. People will say, so shall it be. So be it. So shall it be. Let his will be done. First and foremost, they don't know the power of the word let. B, they don't understand it. What they can't, when they say that, they actually saying cut out everything and let his will be done. If that's the case, y'all wouldn't have no one down here representing the light. You get what I'm saying? Therefore, his light will just shine. Which, can it be like that? Sure, it can. That's that power of that Father, that Creator that sits on the throne. He can do anything and all things. But he never, ever wanted us to think that he was in it alone. He always wanted us to know he got a ram in the bush. That's why he slaughtered the lamb before the foundation of the world, used it 1,000,000 times later to die on the cross. But wait a minute. The lamb was slaughtered before the foundation of the world. Because Yah is not one to want you to think that he don't use anything, or he don't have no one on his side. So when people say, so be it, or so let Yah will be, they don't understand. They're out of the realm of understanding anything. Because it's bigger than let Yah's will be done or let it be. They don't understand what that means. Because you're actually disrespecting the Father. You're disrespecting the Father by saying, let it be. let Yah be, yet let Yah word, or let Yah word be, let Yah be, or so shall it be, or so be it. What you're doing is, it's like a serpent in the grass. It don't like to hear nothing that really put Yah above everybody. So the best words they can use is words that cuts everything else out and just let it be. No, baby, he's bigger than let it be. Because I've heard him in Genesis in the first creation. He said, let it be. That was one. He said, let it be. That was two. He said, let it be was the third day. He said, let it be was the fourth day. He said more let than you can say let be. That's why you got to be careful about the snake in the grass. Because sometimes the snake speaks when it should shut up. Because with some, you can identify the snake. And they have no idea that's the connection to the Ruach in you. See, y'all don't want us to say, let his will be, as if it needs your words to let his will be. Because the ignorance in it is it already been. That's the ignorant. When was it? Before the foundation of the world, it was already written. Everything you seeing on this earth, all the way before the earth was created, was already. Before it was, it is. So it ain't no power in our words, let it be. Or let his will be. Those are escape easy, comp out words to try to master the conversation. Please don't be taken by it, because that's the best those that are out there can do in their flesh. They can speak the flesh words that don't even understand. When they come up on a spiritual message, their flesh word means nothing. You can tell the conversation of the flesh based on the word. That's why I was trying to explain to y'all. I sat back and watched every person on this devil platform that entered into the page. I know the words as I know the spirit. The spirit is discerning. It's not about the flesh. Y'all didn't give us a spirit to discern the flesh. He gave us the spirit of discerning to discern the spirit of an individual. And how much you discern the spirit of that individual? By the spirit. And sometimes the spirit, most of the time, the spirit words is what you can discern. You can discern someone's spirit by the words they type in. Ooh, Deborah, you're going to get in trouble. You're going to get in trouble, Deborah. You're going to get yourself in trouble. I'm already in trouble. And so what I'm saying is, be careful with that. Even with someone, you trying to minister to someone and they saying you're trying to judge them, that's a compound word. It's to lower your feelings, your emotions, so you get tangled up in what you're saying, because that's the only way out. They can't come out of you. They can't break through you. But when you start to say certain words, that's what they use it for. So be careful. A lot of people say, oh, his will gonna be done. Hey, what is his will, baby? Or do you know? Or do you know? His will already been done. It ain't going to be done. It already been done before heaven and earth was created. Even Yeshua had sense enough to tell the serpent when it is written. When was it written? Yeshua tell the fools when was it written? Because they still don't know the day. It wasn't written when you stepped on the scene. It wasn't written when Satan came down here. It was written before the foundation of the world. Give the power where it belongs, to the Father. For it is written. All right, Sister Deborah, appreciate each and every last one of you all in the live chat. And I will say I'll be back at 7 p.m. Central Time. Shalom and shalom.